In this game, however, best of 3, we only seen that an overtrigger gets soul charge and even used for guard.
Oh my god, that was butt clenching! Holy shit!
Butt clenching!
So I gave the power from my Mantis to the draw trigger in the back, right?
Grade 1 to search for my persona, right? The moment I flipped my deck, my overtrigger was the top card.
What is it? What is it? What is it? Oh my god!
Yeah. I had to hope that I could at least pressure him in some way before he comes back and kills me.
I will just tie a tiny bus to the best position.
Oh my god. He's such a dork.
What is it? Oh, no, don't do this! Oh, shit!
Oh my god, I'm dying right now.
Good job, Ty.
I can't believe they're doing that thing that guy did. It feels like the most shady trick.
That was so close. It's okay. Your one fangirl is rooting for you.
My biggest fangirl OuterOrange. And I don't want to say it, but I did call it.
He was the first announced. The man was the first announced. He was like, yeah, I want it.
OuterOrange. Yo, hope you guys enjoyed that little montage of CARDFIGHT CON because your girl was in it. Welcome back to my channel, OuterOrange here. We're here to talk about CARDFIGHT CON. I have so much to discuss with you guys and so many great things about the con and all that stuff. So let's just go on in and discuss it. I want to give a big thank you, by the way, to Winning Image and CARDFIGHT CON in general, and pretty much anyone that had to do with it, for even allowing me to be a part of the Overdress Invitational. Thank you so much. Prycon Gaming and also Bishop for the amazing mats. Thank you so much. Very, very beautiful. It's a good mat to use as a memory now, and you know, even bring to some locals or something. And just being able to talk to people about this event and experience is just going to be years and years and years worth of memory, time and effort to make this event happen. All the, you know, the tech people, the stream people, our commentators, everybody that put effort into this event. Thank you so much. It's more than just the images of the people that are representing in the actual event, but also the people in the background that are putting in a lot of work to make it happen. So thank you so much for all that. But getting on into the con was insanely fun. It was great to see content creators come together. It was really, really hard to root for people because, you know, you have like some kind of love for everybody. So I entered the event with Zorga. The distribution, I'll put it, you know, somewhere around here, was very interesting. When we saw it, when I saw it, I was like not expecting it at all. I don't think any of us were, to be honest, but it was 4 Zorga, 4 Bruce, 2 Nirvana, 2 Bastion, 1 Sarah Snow, 1 Orphist, 1 Magnolia, and one Bear Magnus. Very surprising to see that distribution the way it was. I personally was expecting a ton of Bastion and a ton of Bruce. I was not expecting it to be like that at all. However, it's really cool to see. I'm glad that people were willing to bring in other decks and show representation for those other decks. So I actually really like to see that. I was very surprised with Zorga, as Zorga has always been considered kind of like in the middle. It's not, you know, amazing, but it's not like worst deck either. And just seeing the representation of Nirvana and Zorga come through, I've always kind of had like a weird iffy feeling about 3 attacking decks, even though they have like other mechanics that make them better. I've always been kind of iffy about 3 attacking decks in Overdress recently, and being able to see Mr. Time Leap and Card Dweeb come through with those 3 attacking decks and actually push it all the way to first and second place was very surprising for me to see. Also extremely hype. I couldn't control my excitement. I was just getting so excited about like just how the events were going. First day, it's double elimination, so you go in, there's winner's bracket, and if you lose winner's bracket, you go to loser's bracket. If you lose loser's bracket, you're completely out. So it's a double elim. Once you get those 2 losses, you're just out 100%, and it's just really well done. Day 1 was pretty much best of 1, and day 2 was best of 3, and day 2 was like top 4 people, so top 4 were in there, and it was just really great. Overall, I think the way the tournament was distributed was really nice. I think I like it more than Swiss round. Just seeing people go all the way in, like Time Leap just went all the way through, you know, like taking all his W's, and then you have like in losers bracket Card Dweeb just pushing through, getting through all of that. It was just really amazing to see both ends of it. And going on into that, so I went in with my Zorga deck. Obviously, I took Zorga. I won my first match against TIE Fighter, mainly because he didn't hit his 15th soul. I think if he had hit his 15th soul, I think he would have crushed me. I was trying to push him as far as I could, but I think that would have just pushed him to W, because I wouldn't have had enough cards to kind of push back. And I think I would have lost in the long term because of that. Game 2, I went in against Card Dweeb, and me and Card Dweeb both talked about this game so much because I don't know if it was the sackiest game he had or not, but it was just a straight onslaught. He went from fronts into crits into fronts into crits, and he just completely wiped me off. I didn't have time to recover or do anything. everything, and my hand was kind of bad too. I had a lot of 5k blocks, so I didn't have a lot of 15k blocks, which means I had to take pretty much everything he was throwing at me, and eventually I just died. Game 3 was against Machina Blau, who was playing Prison, and by the way, Cardu was playing Zorga. So I went into Machina Blau playing Prison, and I messed up by giving him three cards. So it's kind of on me. But also, Prison is one of the hardest matchups for Zorga. I ended up just taking that L really fast, and I was pretty much just out. But it's okay. It gave me a lot of time to just experience the tournament itself. Just taking time and experiencing the tournament. I'm still in this weird zone where I really stress out over tournament matches, and I take tournament matches too seriously. Not that I'm saying I shouldn't, but I just get very nervous and very shaky, and I actually misplay so much more on tournament than I would normally if I'm rope fighting people, or if I'm just casually playing people. I tend to just make more mistakes. And it's something that I'm still trying to kind of find a balance in, trying to balance out like stressing out like because it's a tournament, and just like accepting the fact that I just gotta do what I gotta do. I just gotta go in, no pressure, just play it out, like learn from what you learned in the past and all that stuff. So me watching tournaments kind of really helps with that. I'm trying to get more comfortable with tournaments. That's why I'm trying to enter as many as I can, so I can just get more comfortable with tournaments overall. It's really fun watching and experiencing Cardu, especially with Zorga, because you know he went in with Zorga, which is, you know, the deck I play, and watching him play it differently than how I play it was just giving me kind of more knowledge to understand the deck as a whole, as our decks are a little bit different. We're both playing Zorga, but he had like a very different ratio. He was going, I think, 6 crit and 5 front, and then, you know, 4 heal and 1 over trigger, just different from what I was doing, which is 8 crit, 3 draw, and then the heals and the over triggers. So I really like seeing that difference and how it was a really big game changer. And I just thought that was super cool. I never thought of using fronts like to that degree. Like the fact that he was using 5 fronts was just really interesting to see. And just overall, like just watching how he plays out differently and how he sets up differently than how I would set up, which is really cool and good knowledge just to understand how to play Zorga. Obviously, I was rooting for Mr. Time Leap the entire way through pretty much. Like after I was out, I was watching him just take all these W's, and I was like, all right, you know what? On round 4, I was like, that's it. Mr. Time Leap, you're taking this. And I was like dead set on this. I was like, he's going all the way. I was so certain too. I was like, there's no way he's losing. So I was rooting for him while playing Genshin Impact and hanging out with the boys and all this stuff, which was super fun. Just being able to talk to content creators and just see how other people think about things, and overall just a really awesome experience. And I can't think of an experience that I've had with Cardfight like that yet, like because I'm not really part of a team or anything like that. I've always been kind of on my own, aside from going to locals and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's kind of just me and my cards, and just being able to see other people play, other people interact, other people talk about cards, commentating, just everything was just a nice overall like experience that I just really enjoyed. And I hope that in the future that'll be a part of more of these type of experiences, as I think it's what makes Cardfight Vanguard so fun, is when you and other people can experience the game together. And I think that was like the biggest beauty of just the overall experience. Congrats to Time Leap and Cardweeb and Winning Image for taking the W's with going first, second, and third. Congrats also to Living Proof for taking 4th with his Bruce deck. I also experienced Genshin Impact during all this. I finally picked up Genshin Impact. Can't tell if I'm happy about it or not yet. Anyway, guys, but yeah, it's been super great. Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate it. But thank you guys so much for everything. I really do appreciate it. 700 just made me go like, oh my god. It happened over the weekend. I was like, wow. Getting closer and closer. So thank you guys so much for everything. As always, peace out. And das vidanya. And see you guys next time in a future video. Bye!